Welcome back to Blaster Master Zero. It's time for the Arctic Zone, or the Ice Zone. I think this is just called the Glacier area. Could just call it the freezer at this point, because it's really fucking cold, and it's really fucking slippery. Sophia apparently doesn't have proper grip on their tires, because all we can do is slide around, so we're gonna have to be very careful while we're here. Anytime you're on normal flat ground like this, as long as it's not colored differently, you're fine. You've got perfect grip. And immediately, we get to use our new dive setup. But dive has a catch where it needs to actually catch on a corner to get you to jump out of the water. When you're in dive mode, you actually cannot jump out of the water. So we actually can't go up there. So we need to pop into this little room here, where Jason will find a computer. And the A prompt, one of the very few times that this button even shows up like this, freezes the area. Now in the top-down screens, we've got some slipperiness. This slipperiness is nowhere near as bad as it is in the original game. Holy shit. It is absolutely awful in the original game. You can at least react in this one. But now we've frozen the lake and the surrounding area, which means now we can jump around here and cause a little damage and make a little more progress. Let's pop in here and see what we got. Hopefully this is the map. It's full of ice. So, there is actually a trick. And, you know what, we'll worry about that in a bit, because I think this is the one that teaches you the trick. So, we can go around here on ice. We have these little saw blades to deal with. I believe they can be stunned, or they can just be shot with the blaster if you're fast enough. No big deal. But now we have spikes, or icicles, I guess is what they're going for here. The icicles will do damage to you if you touch them, no matter what. So just be careful while you're sliding around. But we seem to have a little problem here. There's the map. How do we get it? Well, good news, if you don't care, you can just take the damage and walk over there. Turn into the White Knight Jason, apparently. A map of the Glacier area. But if you would like to do that without taking damage, it's actually pretty common sense. Use your flamethrower. Flamethrower melts the ice squares and the spikes, so you don't have to worry about slipping anymore. So that's their subtle way of trying to teach you that there's another way around the spikes. And honestly, it's kind of neat that it works like this. But that is a lot of sprites we are murdering with this flamethrower. And the cool thing about it is, the game actually remembers what ones you've melted, so you can jump between rooms and you'll be fine. If you leave the top-down dungeon, obviously, then it's gone. You have to re-melt everything again, but while you're in here, you can build yourself a nice, lovely path, or a good marker to see where you have and haven't been. Or you could use the map. You don't even need to use the flamethrower, really, but like for dealing with the spikes, at the very least, it's worth it. How big is this zone? Pretty big. This stage is really big in the NES one. Also, it's very rude in the NES one, in a way that this one thankfully is not. In the NES version, this map loops, so that you would start down here in the bottom left, go diagonally up all the way to the top, and if you took a wrong turn, you would get sent back down to the bottom, and there's a couple other ways to end up in the middle and stuff like that. There's a couple different warp points there. My first time playing through, I was very confused when I saw rooms over and over again. I'm like, wait, what? Hang on, how did I do that? This is definitely looping. Straight up. That's all it is. There's just a weird loop point in the stage. It's great for a shortcut once you get the upgrade you need out of here. But it definitely threw me off when it happened the first time. Now for our next mechanic, ice blocks that we can shoot. We can make little paths with these. So it's great for that. But as you can see, it takes a little bit. The ice shattering robots are great because they will speed things up, but you do have another method you can speed them up with as well. Your laser, your charge laser, just chews through them no matter what. The one downside to that though is, there's not really a downside, is there, huh? You can do this. This has a downside. You can switch to your maximum beam. We haven't really been using it, but it does the same thing. But it breaks more, obviously, if you aim it correctly. As long as you're far away enough. Ooh, ooh. I wasn't aware of that. Interesting. Okay, this is news to me. So I was using this before in other ice zones, or in my other test run, and it wasn't getting snagged on anything. It was just cutting through. Like here, watch this. That shot one. If I line it up like this, it goes through a bunch. It's just if the core of the shot breaks, it will actually completely dissipate and stop. So it's honestly better to use the charge beam, the charge laser, simply because like it doesn't stop, and it doesn't cost any SP unlike the other one. Remember, the maximum beam does cost SP to use. That is interesting. Man, I like it when I study up on stuff and I still find things I wasn't aware about. That's neat. Oh, okay, hang on. A little too much ice here now. Okay, jump through that. We've got another freezer door there. And a path we can't get through. Jason nor Sophia can get up there right now. Eventually, I'm sure we will. Now, you might notice all these freezer marks here. They're exactly what you think they are. They are for ice markers to show you how to get through there. But if you are patient enough, you can actually get through a bunch of this without turning on the freeze beam. The mission rooms are still gonna be frozen though, no matter what, because they just assume at this point you turn it on. They think you're not gonna try to do what we just did. And there's no real benefit to getting up here without the freeze beam on. In fact, it works for this side, but the next side you definitely need it. So we're just gonna enjoy what we've done this time as a little bit of a bragging point and then go turn it on anyways, because we'll need it for the third room. Now this room here, I believe, is just for gear. Yep. Just another restock room. And I got shot anyway, so now I need the other restock in this room. It's a weird squiggly line. What does that even look like? Looks like a llama turned around. It looks like Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove. That's exactly what it looks like. He's just turned around. Spitting image. Disney, you might have to call someone about this. Don't call Disney, please don't. All right, run up here. That was actually the item I needed. I don't know why I didn't bother picking it up. Probably because there's gonna be a bunch of it over here. And there isn't. There sure isn't. Just ammo, which I definitely was pretty good for. Oops. Melting the ice isn't gonna give you anything, unfortunately. It's not really worth it. So, let's just move. Let's just get back here. Eve, make my time worthwhile here. At least teach me about something. Here, teach me about my turret, finally. Nope. Oh my god. Eve, please! Tell me about turret! Turret, thank you. Once placed, it will auto-attack by scattering bullets around. It works really well when there's a lot of baddies around. It also makes for a fantastic decoy as well. Basically, just what the message said anyways. It's really helpful in some ways because enemies will actually run after it. But because of the unfocused fire, it's the equivalent of actually just using the auto machine gun and just holding down after a while. Like like this is less spread than what the turret has. All right, let's hop back in here. Whatever, not a biggie. You know, okay, one I'll skip, two maybe I should grab. Now you can actually go up here to make it to the room on the left. You can make that little alcove there. But after that, you are gonna actually need the ice on. So let's just save ourselves some grief. Okay, let's take you out. Conveniently, they put all these little pockets here, so it's actually pretty easy to get around. And then, of course, just line your laser up correctly, and you've just made giant paths for yourself. And you can do diagonal, too, which isn't that helpful now that I think about it, because you need to make 2 shots for that to work right. Oops. The giant Xeon stars are, or is it Zion? I can never remember from Gundam. The giant stars are there just to be obstacles. They do damage, so avoid them as best you can. Here's a restock for your SP if you're low. You don't need it if you actually turn on the ice. It's really only if you didn't turn on the ice. Why did I think it was Zion? Damn religious upbringings make me think it was Zion instead of Xeon. Okay, now we just gotta go up here. Best way to do that, just diagonal shots. You shoot up a couple bit here to give yourself more room. Just remember to actually let go of the fire button, which apparently I'm forgetting to do. Good lord. Some moving platforms, which aren't a big deal right now, and another freezer. I think this is another skippable one, actually. Nope, not in the mood. Nope, straight line. I'm pretty sure this is one you actually don't need these for. Again, not that it matters. You might as well just do it anyways, just for simplicity's sake, and you'll probably do it at a reflex anyways. The bottom path we're gonna go on eventually anyway, so let's not worry about that. Oh yeah, okay, so we needed this on here anyways, because we've got to go up here. Oh boy, that could have ended badly. Perfect. Same thing, climb up here diagonally. Let's adjust at your leisure. And let's go to a side room. Conveniently already frozen lake, so if you wanted to get up here anyways and you managed to do it somehow otherwise, you still needed it anyways. You still needed it frozen. So you basically just wasted a bit of time. If some of you might be wondering why I'm not using the dash move, because it doesn't work on the ice, which is a bummer. He actually just deflects right off of it. So it's not as useful this time around. It's just better for the small enemies and for the invincibility frames. Another flashlight room. Again, another one you probably could have at least brute forced the starting point of. What is this room? This is, oh. This one's worth it. This one's worth it. All right, let's go, let's clear this up. These whirling blades are weak to fire. They slow down if they get burned, and they tend to not survive if they get burned. Does some good damage. They also, if you probably noticed, don't get off the ice. So you can also, if you're aimed carefully, can just trap them. Although, again, if you're melting the ice, they're probably just gonna die anyways. Just melt them up. Melt them real good. Everything's just gonna die. From my not very powerful, oh, okay. Oh, hang on, here we go. We can do this one. I wanna see how well I can get this trapped. Ooh, okay. Nope, screwed up, screwed up, I screwed up! I didn't wanna let it live. I didn't think I touched that spike. Oops, I should be a little bit more careful, huh? Because we're gonna want wave here in a minute. There's our save point. Boss is up above. I'm actually gonna loop around just for map completion. You don't need to do this. Let's be real. You also pretty much knew that anyways. You just pick whatever path you want. If you don't care about map completion, you do not even need to take any other path. Just pick whichever one you prefer the most. I believe that one is the shortest, but that's not saying much. Should probably grab that health. You know what? Turn off the flamethrower, John. Good lord. Do not lose wave before you start this boss. Yeah, here we go. We're already connected back here. Nice and quick. And since we already killed all these enemies, and we already burned ourselves a path anyways, we can just casually walk over there. Don't even have to worry about ice that much. Oh, we didn't kill everyone, right. We left a couple eyes. All right, boss time. Let's go. It's a robot. Warning! The layer of Remote Blaster. Remote Blaster is a lot like that boss from Mega Man 2, if you have the memory for it. Although you don't need a specific weapon to deal with them. Just clock damage. They lock onto you, just run away. They cannot be damaged until they open up their gate. Okay, there we go. 2 cycles will do it. It's not that bad. I believe you can speed it up with either the penetrating shot or I think striker if you can get close enough. But otherwise it doesn't take that long. As long as you're fast. But this was super worth the detour because we just got Jason's last sub-weapon, the Remote Blast. Activates Sophia via remote to unleash a super-powered lock-on shot at a target. This is such a good weapon. But the devs knew it was a really good weapon because you get 1 shot. 1 shot for Remote Blast. Lay it on me, Eve. It looks like Fred. No! Right. She won't talk about it unless I go back in here. Hang on. Keep forgetting that. Tell me about it now. Remote Blast. Use this to set a location and receive cover fire support directly from Sophia. It's an extremely powerful sub-weapon, but it has very few charges, so take care when deciding when to use it. By very few, she means 1. It has 1 charge. That's it. But man, is it worth it. We're gonna be using it this episode on the boss of the area. It's gonna be fun. Let's get in this tank. How far away are we from that? How many bosses do we have left in this area? 2. What's that one? Oh, right, okay, that's that one, okay. Took me a second to remember. Let's get over there quick like a bunny. Because we need to get, a lot is actually gonna happen this episode. We're gonna get a really cool ability. Honestly, probably one of the abilities that Sophia's best known for. Other than Hover. Hover's probably the ability that Sophia's known the most for. This one's gonna be the second most. And again, it depends. You might actually be a person that remembers it more fondly. Let's find out. Oh shit, nope. No Gundam, no Gundam. Actually, I think we need to go down there. No, we don't have to. Okay, that's later. We can go down there if we want, but it's probably better to take this path. Oh, we got something in the area. The Fred signal's going off. So this little alcove here lets you drive through the wall and get that health pickup. Keep these alcoves in mind because there's a couple of them. Let's just, almost. Damn it. Damn you, Char. Let's drive through around here. There are a lot of spikes in this stage. I completely forgot about this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is, up is the correct way to go for moving the plot along, but I'm not in the mood to do that. No progress here. Only pain. How's the map looking? I should fill that back in. Conveniently, doesn't take that long to fill in. Cool, we're good. We just burned all of our SP, but we did it, we're good. Not that it matters anyways, we're gonna be using Jason for this because there's a mission over here. Let's heal up. Even though we're at full health, we gotta make sure to heal. We're going away from the Fred tracker because we're gonna make a detour by turning around and taking the door again. Get out of there. Stop it. There we go. Notice how there are a lot more stars here. there's a reason for that, because we're gonna finally get a way to deal with that. It's completely blocked off. We have to take damage if we want to go through here. Or we finish this cave. This dungeon is a little chunky, not too bad. Looks like a golf putter. But going through here will get us another excellent power-up. Actually, this whole area, for being like the ice zone, has some of the best power-ups you're gonna get in the game now that I think about it. Which makes sense, we're starting to run out. Like, let's look at our progress right now. Jason has all of his upgrades. He has all of his sub-weapons, he's got all of his regular guns, but he got the last upgrade here, his last sub-weapon. If you notice underneath Jason, we have key 1, but there's a lot of room for other stuff there, so later on we're gonna be finding keys instead. Sophia still has some room to grow here. There's room for 1 operation mode, there's room for 2 more main cannons, it looks like. And there's still that one little area underneath Eve's portrait on the receiver. Who else will be telling me about things such as Grenade Bomb, an easy-to-use sub-weapon? Thanks, Eve. No, I didn't mean to pick it again. Nope, sorry, didn't mean to call. Bye, I'm leaving. Eve, I'm on a board mission, there's static. All these things are weak to wave, or at least get stunned by wave. Still take a lot of shots no matter what part of it I'm using, though. Flamethrower is way more fun because you just cut a straight line. But I guess technically, for the most part, it's better to use wave. This is one of the few times that I find the versatility of another weapon is better. And I was thinking about this earlier when I was playing through this here on practice. It's weird that for the gameplay in general, out of the 8 forms you get for the gun, it's really only the top 3 you'll find yourself using the most, right? Like, look at this. Shield is good if you're getting shot at by projectiles. It's great for that because it's reflecting. Striker is phenomenal. It deals with anytime you have more than 1 target, it's great to use. Flamethrower, great for ice, great for doing excess damage, and when someone's weak to it, they're really weak to it. And wave is just wave, so like, but look at this, auto is good for small hits, but then it becomes too much of a spread. Diffusion is great, but you gotta be really close to clock good damage, and usually using something like Striker or Wave close range is gonna do more damage. Piercing is great to get through walls, unless you have Wave, which is just objectively better. Long range is just the normal blaster extended, and then there's just the normal blaster. You really only need the top 3. Which I guess makes sense. They're the last 3 upgrades. They're gonna be the most useful of the 3, but it's just funny how apparent it is, I guess. And I feel bad, because I think every episode at this point, I have drummed this point home, but really, Wave will get you through the main game. That's why one of the extra difficulties you unlock, was aware of that, to put it bluntly. But we'll worry about that later, because that's gonna be, at least part of it is gonna be in the extras. Let's go deal with whatever we have up here. And it is more shurikens. Warning, the lair of Peeper's Den! Not Peepers! What will I do without, oh yeah, it's the eyeballs, of course. They're literally just called Peepers. Hey, guess what we're gonna use? Striker hits multiple targets. Except they actually move a little fast, so Striker is not necessarily the best option here. Especially considering if you miss the shot, you're stuck waiting. But again, if 4 of them show up, I mean, who am I to say what you should do? If you're also worried about the ice, which I don't know why I'm even bothering to worry about at this point, let's just melt this. Oh, that's why I was worrying about it, because I was gonna get shot. Good reason, good reason. Yeah, the problem with this is it just takes so long. I'm just taking hits for no reason because I'm just hell-bent on using Striker. I should just use Wave. Or, I think, actually, is it the last 2? Are these the last 2? Damn it, it is 2, isn't it? Yep. I was gonna use our new toy. We'll use it on the next boss, because it actually helps a lot on the next boss. Speaking of new toys, the cannon shot, a shell that makes a large explosion on impact. Hold the shoot button to charge it, then release to fire. New toy for Sophia. And boy howdy, is it a good one. Well, within reason. Take it away, Eve, you'll explain it better than I can. Cannon shot. With this main weapon, you can hold down the shoot button to charge a shot, then release it to fire. It's a powerful shell that explodes in a wide, destructive blast upon impact with its target. There may even be things that you can only destroy with this shot. Hint, hint. The shell fires in an arch, so make sure your angle is properly set before you fire. Also, watch out behind you because there is some kickback when firing. Make sure you're nowhere near the blast too. You definitely don't want to get caught up in that. That's the one kicker. And this is the reason I'm not the most fond of this one, at least in this game. Cannon shot is great in theory. Giant shell blows up the Federation of Zeon. Does a great job. But it has a long charge time, an awkward kickback, and if you're right next to an explosion blast, you take 2 damage from it. It's great for clocking damage, as you probably gathered. If it does 2 damage to you, imagine what it does to actual enemies. But the risk of damaging yourself kinda hinders the enjoyment of it. I missed 1 square, of course I did. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Here, I'm just gonna show you this before I cut ahead. Just make yourself a nice fancy shortcut. That's where we would go to move the story along, but that square's gonna bother me. I'm sorry. I'll see you on the other side. I'm actually not even sure how I missed that square, because it's right here. We drove through here. Oh, actually maybe that's how. Maybe I just didn't jump high enough? That's all we, oh, of course that was all we missed. All right, see you on the other side. All right, we made it back here. I'll just quickly grab some healing items, take the elevators up, and now it's time for lore, because inside this room is Fred. ... Is that Fred? And then we ran him over. Poor guy's pretty injured, but he's still alive, thank goodness. Huh? What's this? Looks like machine parts. What are these doing here? Inside of Fred. Jason, can I have a look at him? ... Yep, he's fine. Sophia's equipped with everything. We need to treat him. Seriously? That's awesome. I can't believe we finally found him. ... Huh? What's going on? Hang on a second. Looks like something happened at a facility in there. I guess I'll have to go check it out. I'll leave Fred's treatment to you. Again, more things that Eve knows, but Jason can't pick up on subtlety. Eve is not a good actress, but Jason's also dumb as a brick. So, I think they're kind of made for each other at this point. Oh, I'm stuck. Come on, there we go. We do only have 1 boss left to deal with. We've done with all the caves otherwise, and we know the blue doors are the ice rooms. But let's just ride through here. Time for awkward elevator zone. Just slide your way through here and drop down here. But I'm gonna pause for a second because you probably noticed something here. A, the health pickup's over there. And B, one of those exits does not, or one of those walls rather, does not look like the others. So, drive over to the one spot that looks different, and it's a secret entrance. You do need your cannon to get through here though. If you don't have cannon shot, you're gonna be taking a lot of damage. There are a lot of spikes here. And I mean a lot. They're all basically in the way just to mess with you. Plus, there's this problem here. You go over here, there's nothing here. You need to go down. And the only way to shoot downwards right now and crack that Guessed it. Drop down here. One more shells and a very worrisome radioactive symbol. And we get our next health up. That's 6 total, missing 2 more. Also, this is a really fun Easter egg. Notice these radioactive symbols here. They are indestructible. Thank goodness, the last thing we need is a nuke going off. But they're the exact same sprite, although frozen over, that is in the intro to Blaster Master that Fred lands on to turn into a giant monster. So it's a nice little nod to the NES game. Very cute, Indie Creates, very cute. I don't know why I have this charge. I should probably turn this off. Oops. Yeah, let's switch to laser. Jump up through here. And now we can continue going back down here. That detour is really just for that health, and I guess the little Easter egg too. Oh, whoa, be careful. Be careful. Oh, no, unnecessary damage, don't need to take that. Could've used the shells, but again, you don't need to worry about it. And actually, we don't even need to go up there anymore, because which is also why I went and filled up that one square I missed. So here is another room where we can freeze things, but you don't, again, really need to. We got a bunch of Xeon symbols. We got water here that we can't jump up through, so if you want the shortcut, you can do it. Or you can just go around. If you're filling the map anyways, you're gonna do that. Actually, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Never mind. I thought that led to something for some reason. All right. Filled in. Here we go. Our last room is right here. Now, this is gonna be a lot here, because we're gonna get a lore dump after this as well. But this room is a decent size. It's gonna take a little bit to get through here anyways. That is Striker, I do not, oh. Right. I got greedy. Well, no choice now, I guess. Guess I gotta play normal. This is what happens when you screw up. Probably should be trying to get the capsules back instead of just deflecting things. Deflecting is fun, but not accomplishing anything. Oh, you get stunned by Striker, okay. Hey, it's you guys! We haven't seen you in forever! How's it going? Hope you're doing good. I guess here's a reason to use diffusion now, since I don't have anything that's really gonna give me good damage. Oh, okay. Didn't expect that. Hello. Alright, you're weak to shotgun, I forgot. Also, I guess it's a shotgun, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Slip and slide, slip and slide. And now, a restock room, which is perfect since we actually need it for once. Although, I don't really have anything that's gonna make this fast, right? Never mind, I do. I do, I'm good. Well, I don't know if I'd call this fast, it's faster. Oh, actually, I'm back to flamethrower already. There we go. All I need is that, and then we get wave back. We can just clean up the rest. Give me back my wave. I'm too dependent on it. Other difficulties are gonna suck ass. Restocked and ready to go. Including our straight line maker. I guess Zamboni, technically, in this case. Although, really, Zambonis don't remove ice, they just smooth it. So we've made it more slippery, hooray! Unfortunately, flamethrowers don't deal with these guys the best, so let's get something that deals with them a little better. Like a shotty. No, 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 that's actually not what I wanted. There we go. Again, flamethrower not always the best option. But it is fun, and I guess we found a use for diffusion now that the giant heads are back. Can't complain too much. no ice, cool. We can go right to the boss now, or we can obsess about filling in the map. Guess what I'm gonna do? Shit, I actually walked onto a spike, oh no. Okay, see you guys on the party, goodbye. How much do we need to fill in? Not even that much. That should be enough, right? No, it's not enough. Ooh, hang on. Another one of those I thought I would have been in that square situations. All right, let's go down. Let's go fight the boss of Area 6. Let's gear up accordingly as well. I did say we were gonna show off our new toy, so let's do that. And let's also pick Striker. Because while some of you might remember that I made a comment about that one boss we fought earlier looking like the enemy from Mega Man 2, it turns out the game took that as a challenge. This is supposed to be the control facility for the Glacier area, but it looks like there's nothing here. Watch out, Jason, I'm detecting a mutant in that room. What? I think the entire room is a mutant. Looks like there's a lot of them, but they aren't gonna stop me. Warning, the layer of the forbidden weapon. Ancient Freeze. Ancient Freeze is literally that boss. Press the A button to activate your target mode. You get to put a bunch of shots around the map. Clock as much damage on the boss you want. Sophia fires a beautiful shot. Takes out, holy shit! I didn't expect it to do that much. It took out 90% of the boss. There's 4 left. Okay, and you probably guess what we can do with the remaining 4. Just use Striker. There's 2 left. It's over. Okay, I remember that shot being good, but I did not remember it being that good. Holy shit. That completely caught me off guard, I'm sorry. Oh man, all right. So the actual weakness of that boss is the shotgun. So I should just use that, but I mean, the Striker hits all the enemies coming around you. And after that bullshit, the item you get is the wall climb. Climb on cliffs and walls. Move toward a cliff or wall while holding the wall button, which in this case is ZL on my Pro Controller here, to begin climbing. Great job, Jason. Are you all right? You're not injured, are you? No, but I laughed my ass off. Does that count? Nope, no injuries. All good here. Lungs hurt a little bit. Oh, thank goodness. I have something I want to talk to you about when you get back. Got it. I'm heading back now. Thanks. I'll be waiting for you. I would hope so. You're stuck in the tank. All right, here we go. Time for a lore dump. So, you had something you want to talk to me about? Before I do that, Fred, go over there and sit with Jason. Ribbit, ribbit. Fred was sitting in the palm of her hand, and he seemed to understand her language because he hopped on over to me and sat by my feet. All his injuries looked like they had been healed thanks to Eve's medical treatment. He really doesn't get it. He really doesn't get it about the mechanical parts. It's kind of stunning. Our drone here, also known as Fred, had but one purpose when it came to this planet. To blend in naturally with the creatures that lived on this planet and search for the whereabouts of mutants. Eve, what are you saying? Then, the mutants began to consume all the planet's natural resources and life forms, and the planet fell into a state of ruin. The mutants once invaded my home planet, too. Thanks to the help of some extraordinary people, we were able to hold on to our home, but the destruction was massive. That's when we developed something that could oppose the mutants that were scattered throughout space and rescue people on other planets at the same time. That would be none other than Sophia the Third here. There was also a project that set out to create a support bot that could perform maintenance and adjustments on Sophia. As for that support bot, Well, that's actually an android. Model number Nora 2057. Eve. In other words, that's me. Whoa, hold on just a minute. What are you... Are you saying that you got your memory back? That's the thing you focus on, Fred? Or Jason? She just told you she's a robot, you dumbass! What? I don't get it. I'm glad he's so happy that she got her memory back, but that is not the reaction I would have had. Nor really most people, I feel. Yeah, sorry that I didn't say anything about it until now. I didn't think you'd understand it. And apparently I was right. No worries, Eve, but is everything that you just said really true? You sure you're not just making shit up? That sounded pretty dumb. Yeah, it's true. I know it's unbelievable. It's not dumb, though. They made a bunch of games about it. You should play them. Honestly, I'm not surprised to be telling, or not supposed to be telling you this. Excessive interaction with a planet's native life forms is forbidden. Ah, yes. The code. The fucking prime directive. But since you saved me, I felt that you had the right to know. No, that's not it. I really just wanted to tell you everything. Eve. Thank you for fighting alongside me all this time, Jason. This is where we part ways. I have to continue this on my own. What do you mean? Dude, she just told you she has to go kill a bunch of mutants. It's exactly as I said. Exactly! Jason's not paying attention! What a Frudnick move. You found Fred, so that means you accomplished what you came here to do. That's why there's no need for you to keep putting yourself in danger, fighting against these mutants. Leave the rest of this to me. I want you to return to the surface. Yeah, that's actually the correct reaction, Jason. Thank you. No way. But Jason, why? There's still a lot I don't get, but if these mutants are aiming to destroy the Earth, then I can't just walk away now. Also, I haven't seen you drive the tank at all, so I don't quite trust you with it yet. I don't know if that makes sense. Probably does. You don't have to worry, Can one really do this all alone? Jason, you actually have done a lot of this by yourself. So I don't know why you're using that as a point. Where's the guarantee in that? If you fail, do you have some other way to stop the mutants? Well, I mean, this thing has a gun, and no, even if you don't think you're gonna fail, you should always eliminate any risk you can, right? You know what needs to be done in order to make that happen? Oh, Eve, I want to be there for you. Just like you're there for me. It's my turn to support you, Eve. I held up my hand towards her. Jason, will you give me your support? Eve's hand joined together with mine. I held it as tightly as I could. Just kiss already! Yeah, leave it to me. And with that, there's the plot. Everything's dumped on us there. Now we gotta figure out where the fuck we're going. The game is telling us we have to leave here, but how about Eve actually tell us what's up? Also, notice Fred's in our little receiver spot there. A mysterious creature you met one day. Can't select him, but if you click on him, he ribbits. Yeah, nice little chiptune ribbit. Or, I don't know why I said chiptune, you know what I mean. Anyways, let's talk about the plot. No, let's talk about Spark Tackle. Okay, all right, no, knock it off, come on. I checked over the intel we got from Fred, and I managed to find the location where all these mutants are originating from. It's a place even deeper into the Earth. How are we gonna get there? Looks like there's an old transport tunnel in the industrial area that they used for mining purposes a long time ago. Right on, thanks for looking into this. Now that we have the wall ability, there could definitely be an area that we previously couldn't get to without it. That's true, we also have wall. Climb on cliffs and walls while moving towards a cliff or wall. Hold the wall button to begin climbing. Behold, the wall ability. Now we can pop a sick wheelie. The wall ability lets you stick to any wall, as you probably guessed, but also if you're holding the button to get to a corner, you automatically wrap around it. It's incredibly useful, and it lets you stick to ceilings. You can aim accordingly here when you have it enabled, And you can also just jump off at your leisure. If you played the original Blaster Master, it's actually slightly different. In the original Blaster Master, you got 2 upgrades, Wall 1 and Wall 2. You got them from Area 6 and 7. 6 is what we would have gotten in Wall 1, which would be just these side walls. Wall 2 is the ceiling ability. You honestly, it's way better the fact that they're together. I really like that they're together like this. Much better decision. Also, as someone who's been playing through the NES version of this alongside the Switch version here, holy crap! Fuck the boss of this stage. It is it's a different boss than what we fought. It is actually a reskin of the boss from Area 2. We mentioned that, I believe, last episode. But it's way harder. It's extremely difficult. And honestly, it took a lot of my lives because I was trying to beat the game without using the pause glitch. So I'm just gonna say, don't fuck with the boss in this stage if you're playing the NES one, because goddamn, it is not worth it. I'm actually really glad that we didn't have to fight that boss here. I do believe at some point we actually do have to fight that boss. I believe it's not one of the ones that's removed. I think there's actually very few bosses that are removed from this version of the game versus the NES one. But I'm pretty sure that fight is still in the game somewhere. We'll get to that when we get to it. Oh, I do have tackle on. Good, perfect. But, as the game said earlier, we have to do a lot of backtracking. So, we're gonna backtrack all the way that we need to go to, and then we'll call the episode there. But unfortunately, as you might have gathered, because they mentioned the industrial area, aka Zone 3, we have a lot of backtracking to do. So it's gonna take a little bit. Thankfully, the thing that we needed to do, actually pretty memorable. Thanks to the fact that we now have the ability to connect the walls. Because if you remember, back in the industrial zone, there was a conveyor belt stuck on a wall that we couldn't use. Now we can finally use it, because surprise, surprise, we can connect the walls, which is why I'm not using that ability at all for some weird reason. Let's just cruise on over there. We are finished with the map completely here, right? Yep, all squares filled in, all items gotten. We don't need to worry about this zone ever again. Back in Area 5, there was this spot up here, which they wanted you to either use the hover ability like we used, or you can just use wall climb. Which just makes it a lot nicer, honestly. Actually really nice how you hug the walls like that. Can I clip it? Can I clip it? Yep, barely. That was a little drawn out for what we needed. And magically, we're back over here. That should also fill in our map for Area 5, another zone we do not need to be in ever again. Which is nice, because, you know, water stage. We're not done with water specifically for the rest of the game. There's definitely going to be more of that later on. But Area 6 and 5, never need to come back to again. Well, back to, speaking of water, we're back to this damn jump again. But fortunately here, we can just zip through this. Because thankfully, when you only have to go from 5 to 4 to 1, there's like nothing to the zone. Because we're skipping the whole maze. The whole maze is just down here. So Area 4 is also done and dealt with, and we never need to touch it ever again. But before we leave, Eve, one last word of wisdom? So she's really an android. There's no way we'd ever be able to make an android like her with the technical capabilities we have on Earth right now. An AI that has not just emotions, but the ability to think and act on its own is still just a dream. Makes you wonder just how technologically advanced Eve's home planet is. You're in a tank that can fly and climb on walls! Jason, please! I can only imagine at this point, though. No! You're in a tank that can do all this shit! You can drive underwater! Come on, buddy! If you're just gonna stare like that, I'm gonna wonder just what in the world you're thinking about. Sorry about that. Man, I really can't see you as anything but a normal human. Are you saying that you like chicks who are robot-like? Nope, I think the way you are now is good. Y'all are bad at flirting. I see, well that's good. Why do I think that's good? God, you're both terrible at flirting, good lord. And, yep, back to laser shot. Yep, okay, the flirting is super bad now. Let's go back to zone 1. Hey, so good news. We can fill this zone in now. Bad news, it takes forever. Good news is that once we do this, we never have to do it again. Bad news is we never come back here again, so we really should do it now. Good news is there's this nice little spot we can lie down in. Bad news, it doesn't do anything, which I'm confused about, because in the original game, there was actually power-ups here you could collect, so I don't know why this is here instead. I forget if this has... It might have bearing to later in the game? I forget exactly. But in the original game, there's a bunch of power-ups you can collect in that little pocket there. I'm gonna go fill this in because I can. I'll just spare you this and we'll see you in the next zone. We'll see you in area 2 so we can finish traveling. Because otherwise all you're gonna be seeing is me lining up on the map and just dropping. It's fun, but maybe not the most exciting thing for you guys to watch. It's great for me though, I'm having a great time. Also, the map kind of looks like a weird dog now. Maybe it looked better. It looked more like it when the that last part wasn't marked in there. I'll see you on the other side. All right, map's cleaned out in area 1. That's set to go. Area 2 is also set because I did all that earlier. Because of that one little damn square I missed, because of course I did. I guess it was 2 technically, wasn't it? And thankfully, since we did all that, Area 2 is just a nice, breezy drive through here. Now, if you're playing the original Blaster Master, this is actually where you need to go, Area 2. That's how much they changed things. Area 2 is what leads you to Area 7. But here they moved it 1 zone over, and honestly, it makes a bit more sense here, I feel. I believe in the original game, this zone led you to Area 7, and the industrial area led you to Area 8, because both of them have a spot you still need to go in with Wall Ride. But I think it makes more sense to go from 7 to 8 directly than having to zip out of 7, go through 2, go to 3, then go to 8. I think this makes way more sense. All right, Hot Jam is back. There's only 1 square we didn't access, and it's conveniently lit up and telling us where to go. Eve, any more words of wisdom before we get to where we need to be? Laser shot, nope, we're good. You wanna try again? Spark Tech, wanna try to hit on me again? Let's go for that. You two gonna have a loving relationship? I checked over the intel we got from Fred to manage. Okay, we already read all this one. Yeah, this is just like the, hey, you've been taking too long. Stop talking to Eve and just actually drive to the right place. I do really wish that the tackle actually went through those walls. It would be much more satisfying. Just bounce off otherwise. But the movement tech, at least with that dash move, is very satisfying. And we don't even have that far to go to actually get to where we need on this stage, thankfully. Because all we gotta do is pop up here. Lock that in place. And we are where we need to be, because over here was the conveyor belt stuck in a wall. Latch on with Wall Ride, lock into place, hold down, and we're done. Locked in away. You can either wall ride over these things, or you can just drive there. This pattern, specifically, is actually what is there in the original game. But you can't hover around it, because I think it has spikes on some of it, I believe. It's been a little bit. All that to access Area 7. A volcano. Looks like this data matches the information we have in Sophia's database. Jason, I just got confirmation. The one who's commanding all these mutants, the Mutant Lord, fitting name, is in the area after this one. Got it, thanks. Now we just gotta find a way to get out of this area, but yeah, there's probably a lot of mutants here. To make matters worse, it looks like the mutants who left the Glacier area made their way over to this one. Now the implication here is that all of the mutants went to the Glacier area because they beat up Fred. I forget if I actually said that earlier in the episode or not, but that is the implication there. That's why there was a giant group there, because A, they were looking for life forms and they found Fred, and B, I guess they knew Fred was a robot from the planet that Eve's from. No way. Do you think they anticipated we were coming here? I want to say no way, but with the Mutant Lord being an intelligent creature, you never know. Hey, we're implying intelligence now? Is that a good idea? If that's the case, I doubt they're gonna let just stroll on through. All right, let's try to find the path of least resistance here. We're gonna find that path next time, because this map is not small. It's gonna take a while, as you might be able to tell from how far away I can get from the starting square. This one's gonna take a bit. Next episode's gonna take a little bit. See you next episode of Blaster Master Zero. Later, guys. One last chance, Eve, what do you got for us?
Do you think love can bloom, even on a battlefield?